Hey there, this is Jim. Probably know that anyway. Um, I'm just waiting on an order. I got about 10 minutes. I did an order when you arrive, but right now I'm working a guarantee, trying to fulfill that quota. So normally I wouldn't do these orders just because they take a while, but it's actually not that bad. All you got to do is call it in if you have that kind of aptitude. But anyway, this I just want to make a quick video to get people started on Postmates. I bump into like a lot of new Postmates, and they don't really have a clue what to do with certain things. So the first thing I would suggest, and I made a video about it, is go to your settings and change your mode to scooter mode. That way you can get a kind of an overview of what the order is, and then to help make better decisions for yourself and restricted items and all that stuff. It makes it a lot easier. It's not a pass to cancel a bunch of orders. You can't just poach good orders because people are going to take those, and those go out to everybody, and so you're not going to succeed if that's what you're going to try to do. So that mode is very helpful for several reasons, um, and and so that would be my first suggestion. My second suggestion is make sure you're prepared. Have everything you need. Have your bags, have your batteries, have your phone, have your update, have water, have gas in the car, all those sorts of things. Seem pretty. They seem like a lot of common sense things, but a lot of people just look around, you'll see. And then as far as like where to go, I don't know where you live. You have to kind of figure that out. Helpful hint though is when download the customer app and then turn it on, and you'll see what restaurants in your area are close by, and you can see wait times and suggested wait times and stuff like that. So that can be a helpful tool. Also, I would suggest if you're just starting out, do the first 100 deliveries. Just do them, get good ratings, do a good job. And how do you do a good job? It seems pretty basic, but it's like, don't just leave with the bag. Check the bag, make sure everything's in the bag, make sure they have forks and knives and condiments and anything like that. Get that stuff while you're waiting, or think about it though, and just start, snagging a whole bunch from restaurants. Just have it available in your car. So if you forget forks and knives or something like that, Chipotle has forks, straws. I wouldn't use Chipotle napkins for anything other than Chipotle. But that's one way you're going to at least ensure that you don't get not tipped if they were intending to tip in the first place. But you want to, take care of people like you want to be taken care of. So as far as parking, I've had some people like, where do I park? Where do I do this? Where do I do that? I can't really answer that. I can only speak for my market, and my market is my market, and anyone here knows parking's not a really big deal as opposed to other major centers. Like, I could imagine parking in Chicago. I imagine that's like the biggest problem. San Francisco, Chicago, those big places is parking. LA, I know, is a bitch. So you just got to kind of figure that out on your own. If you can work with somebody, then that's great, because they just drop you off and they make a round while you go in and grab the food. Another thing I would do is, when you're on the guarantee, like time frame, and if they're offering that in your area, then go on to automatic accept and do the batched orders. It's the only time I'll do batched orders on purpose is during that, and I don't need to get into that on this. Another thing you can do is, when you get those batched orders, communicate with your customers. Maybe you saw Jerry was on your list, and then all of a sudden there's Mary's on the list, and then all of a sudden you're going to Mary's first, and Jerry's been waiting longer. So try to do your best to communicate with the customer. They appreciate being informed, contrary to what some people say. They actually do. And I've had people actually pay me, say, I'm going to tip you because I really appreciate. And I have, some people say they're going to tip, but it's not because of that, and I don't get tipped. So I know it works. I know it definitely doesn't not work. So those would be the first things that I would do. Change your app, make sure you're prepared, stock up on supplies, and then just make sure when you do an order that you do it like you would want to do it. Communicate a little bit. For instance, I always used to be able to communicate when you're on your way to the merchant. You say, hey, I'll be in the merchant in 10 minutes. Once I have your food, I'll be on my way to you. Can't do that now, so you gotta wait till you're at the merchant. And I haven't texted my guy yet. But anyway, you just say, hey, I'm at the merchant. As soon as I have my food, I'll be with you. I'll be on my way to you. And then once you do that, then when you're on your way, just say I'm on my way. My GPS says X amount of minutes, because sometimes the app does different things and it says different things. So it just keeps them informed. That's the last time you need to text them. And then here's my big finale for, let's say, a job. And there'll be other tips and stuff, but just to get started, as soon as you get to an address, hit cannot find or customer not available, and to get that timer starting, because they received a text, you've texted them, Postmates text them, and now they need to pay attention, so they know you've pulled up. There's no reason to wait until you knock on the door and then, oh, I guess they're not coming, and then hit that, because then you've already wasted 1 or 2 minutes. So, and trust me, those 1 or 2 minutes, I've made 1 minute in the guarantee, because I did something in the very last minute. So that minute makes a difference. So don't waste your time. 5 minutes is a lot of time for someone to come to the door. I've been to mansions and they all make it within 5 minutes. So if someone's not coming, don't give them any extra time. All right, that's it for now. I got to go pick up this order. I'll talk. Hopefully I have something for you later. Bye.